So yesterday was Mavs Media Day, and I want to switch gears to a little Mavs basketball. And it was so awesome to see Klay Thompson officially in his Maverick jersey, and all the guys were doing their interviews. And I want to say this: I thought Luka looked awesome.
Yeah.
He's not had much time. Like they were just playing. It seems like a few weeks ago in the finals. Then he played for Slovenia. I'm like, I don't know that he ever had any time to really relax, but he was being criticized when he was on that tour, of China or wherever he was. I saw some people going, "Hey man, he looks like he's big," or played in that, that charity game or what it was.
It was the Night of the Dragon. I feel Slovenia.
Yes. The Dragic game. But he got criticized for how he looked in that. I'm like, we talk about how ridiculous all that stuff is, but
right.
He looked awesome. And I do think that they just finished playing. So, I mean, maybe they have a hangover from that and they didn't get it really the type of offseason they wanted to really get refreshed and relaxed. But the thing that I think is the difference maker in that is Klay. Having Klay Thompson rejuvenates and refreshes this thing. And dude, I cannot wait for Mavericks basketball and the spacing that having Klay is going to provide.
Yeah, and I think, that's a big part of it, Ben, but I also think that if you look at the team that went to the finals and look at the experience of the guys that were playing, right, that matters quite a bit. And so like even the Celtics, which clearly they were the best team in the league last year, those teams had been to the finals and failed. Now, to some degree, right? Porzingis was added to the team and there's changes, but there's guys on the roster that had already been on deep playoff runs. I mean, PJ Washington was junior was like your best third or fourth best player, had never even made the playoffs before, right? Gafford didn't have playoff experience. Lively was a rookie. Josh Green, on and on. And so I think aside from what he does for the team offensively, I think just listen to the way that Luka and Kyrie, but also the other guys talk about Klay. I mean, think about how many times he's been in the finals already. He's been a part of a dynasty. And so there's that element too, not just what he can do on the floor, but what he can provide them off the floor, confidence, mentality, all of those sorts of things. It has a chance to be a really, really great team. The only thing I think working against them is how long their season was last year, not only going to the finals, but how the season began, going to Abu Dhabi and then going to Spain. And so that was a really long, crazy season. So it's very encouraging that Luka came in looking great, looking ready to go. I do think that this is going to be a more confident team. I like all the stuff that they had to say. This is really, really exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is. And
by the way, you knew this, right? That they're on their way to Vegas right now, right? Or
yes.
Like they got there last night. They're practicing today in Vegas.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love it. And again, it's the idea of getting out away where you can't go home and you got to be together, developing that early season chemistry. Kyrie looks good. He looks happy. Everybody looks locked in. And yeah, man, Lively coming into his second year. I mean, good Lord, how much is he going to improve? I'm so excited, man. I'm so fired up for Mavs basketball. I know you are too.